The Chicago Bulls offseason is already off to a hell of a start as the Chicago Bulls have played the third team in the trade to acquire center Nic Claxton. This is almost a perfect acquisition for our Chicago Bulls. We're going to talk about what it means for the team and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, hosted by Haize, your number one spot for all things Chicago Bulls.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bull Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, hey man, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button because we're going to be giving you guys the best Chicago Bulls content down to the minute when things happen. This is already shaped up to be an amazing Bulls offseason. The Bulls moving up to number 4, getting the 15th overall pick, Bryson Graham, Tiago Splitter, and now the Chicago Bulls have found their center of, at least right now, we'll see if it ends up being their center of the future, by acquiring Nic Claxton in a 3-team trade. This is how you use cap space. This is why we did not want AK being the one to run this show. So the Minnesota Timberwolves are sending Julius Randle and the number 28th pick in the draft. They're sending that to the Brooklyn Nets in a 3-team trade, and Nic Claxton is getting rerouted to the Chicago Bulls. The Timberwolves will acquire Brooklyn's number 33 pick for Randle and pick number 28 as well. It looks like the Chicago Bulls have not given up any picks in this draft in this move at all. You get a young player like Nic Claxton, who is almost perfectly made for what we need at the center position. A rim protector, a lob threat, somebody that can run in transition. No, he's not the best floor spacer or anything like that. And I try to tell a lot of Bulls fans, you don't need a floor spacer at center as long as you take care of the other positions around it. Now, does this make it more likely that Cam Carr could be coming to the Chicago Bulls? You know, if they feel confident getting him at number 15, I don't know if this eliminates the Bulls drafting a center at number 15, but it does make it more likely that the Bulls are going to go forward at number 4, guard at number 15, and then maybe they take a shot on a high upside center at pick number 38. We'll see what happens there. But man, this is really freaking exciting. I don't even know what to say in regards to this. Like, this is I did not expect this level of move at all. I did not expect this level of move at all, man. This is crazy. Think he starts. Yes, Nic Claxton is the starting center for the Chicago Bulls. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. He is the starting center. Even if we do draft a center at number 15, that's young centers get in foul trouble very early on. Nic Claxton is coming here to start. Let's be clear here. He's not coming here to play off the bench. He's coming here to start. He's not coming to fit in. He's coming to take over. That's what he's coming to do. Now, for those that want the stats on Nic Claxton, he played 27 minutes last season with 11 points, 6.9 rebounds, 3.7 assists, shot 57% from the field as well. He also averaged a block per game and also a 0.7 steals per game. He's averaged as much as 2.5 blocks per game at different points in his career. So he can very much so block a lot of shots. And the thing here is with that rebounding number, it is a little concerning. But I do think if we're getting Caleb Wilson, if we're getting, we're already going to have Modest Buzelis there still is enough rebounding on the team, especially with Josh Giddey as well, being a double-digit rebounder. So I know there's going to be some that are a little bit concerned in regards to the Bulls or Nic Claxton not getting more rebounds, and that's fair. But I think overall, like, hey, this is a great move for the Chicago. A lot of Bulls fans have been calling for us to get Nic Claxton for a while. This basically means no Walker Kessler, no Mark Williams, no Isaiah Hartenstein. This eats up now about half of the Chicago Bulls' money with Nic Claxton on this deal. Nic Claxton, if I'm not mistaken, he's on a close to $30 million deal. I'll get the exact details on that for you guys here in a second. Give me 1 second. Let me just get that because I want to be able to give you guys the exact money on Nic Claxton's deal. But Very excited about this move. This is the exact prototype type of center that you want there for the Chicago Bulls. Again, I'm not saying that he's the perfect center at all. And like I said, he may not be the center of the future, but he is the center of right now. $23 million cap hit for the Chicago Bulls, which means we have a $31 million left in cap space to where we can still make a swing on somebody else if we need to. But this is a really, really good move by the Chicago Bulls, and I think they've done a great job in regards to this one, man. Love to see the Bulls out here being aggressive, out here being direct, and out here just getting shit done. Because this is a get shit done move. We knew the Bulls needed a center in this draft, and this is AK basically saying, hey, let's go out here. Let's go out here and get this money. Let's go out here and get this, and let's figure out where it's going to be. This is, hey, hats off. Shout out to Bryson Graham for coming in for day one and getting this shit done, man. I mean, this Bulls team is moving with so much direction and focus that it may seem foreign to Bulls fans because we just haven't seen it consistently be done for this team for so long. Bryson Graham is coming in here with a vision. He got his coach. He's built his front office, and now he's starting to play around with the roster. That's what we need to see. It's just a level of freaking focus from this. Nic Claxton is officially a Chicago Bull. Nic Claxton is a Chicago Bull. That's crazy. Crazy work, man. Crazy work. Crazy work. Shout out. Man, this is crazy. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Man, I'm really freaking excited about this. This is crazy. This is wild. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now. I was about to smoke. If this move would have went down 5 minutes later, I would have been high as absolute hell. Absolute hell. Man, shout out to Bryson Graham for getting this shit done, man. Did I say AK? I meant Bryson Graham. Yeah, fuck AK. I'm glad AK up out of here, bro. That was PTSD talking. Shout out to Bryson Graham for coming out here and getting this done, man. This is a great move. Great move, bro. Great move. I'm trying to bring up your comments, but you guys are talking. It's so many of y'all in the comment section. It's not really allowing me to bring up y'all comments. So I see them, but it's not allowing me to bring up. Somebody said this is a garbage move. If you think this is a garbage move, you just don't understand the purpose of this move at all. Like, there we go. My bad. Every player on your team doesn't need to be some 20-point per game. If you think this is a garbage move, you're crazy. You're crazy. This is the exact type of switchable defender, rim runner that the Chicago Bulls need. This is not a garbage move. Now, you can make the case that it's not some earth-shattering move, and I'd say that you're correct on that one, but this is a move that you're bringing in a center that fits the style that you want to play, that just makes sense for your team. That's a good move. That's it. That's a good move. We weren't getting Jalen Duren. It seems like the Utah Jazz are ready to bring back Walker Kessler. And think about this. Like, Walker Kessler is a more well-rounded player than Nic Claxton. He's not as athletic, but he's a more well-rounded player. But his deal would have been 13, 14 million more than what we're paying Nic Claxton. Maybe 11 to 12 million more is more of an actual, numbers on that. This is not a garbage move. I'm sorry. This is not a garbage move. So, but somebody asked, is there any chance that we see in P. Will? I doubt it. P. Will would ruin the value. If you add it, y'all got to understand what P. Will is, that P. Will has negative equity. So any deal that you include P. Will for, it means that you have to give up more. So the fact that the Bulls are absorbing Nic Claxton contract, if you gave up P. Will in that, you're probably going to have to give up a bunch of seconds or maybe even a first. And you just don't want that done. So no, you're not giving up P. Will in this move. It's not happening. P. Will isn't the one being given up in this move, man. Man, I'm really excited about this, and this just makes me even more excited about the Bulls draft. Now, I do want to be clear. This does not mean that the Bulls are not going to draft a center in this draft if one falls. It could mean that you have Nic Claxton here who's ready to start now, and then if you do draft a center, you can bring that center along a little bit more slowly, which has kind of always been the thought process that could happen. Not necessarily saying it's guaranteed to happen, but it's always been part of the thought process that could happen in this draft if the Bulls decide to bring in, a center in the draft. So, that's just what this is. We'll see what it's going to be, man. I think this is again, smart asset management by the Chicago Bulls. And overall, just smart team building, I think, as well. Very smart team building. We did, from what is reported right now, we did not give up anything. We absorbed the contract of Nic Claxton. Basically, this. Let me explain this a little bit. Let me know if y'all can still hear me because it's saying that my mic might have failed. I don't know what's this is why I hate the streaming software. But so here's the thing. Because the Timberwolves and the Nets could have done this trade 1-for-1, right? They could have done this trade without the Bulls. The Bulls are playing the third team because the Timberwolves want to create cap space. The Bulls are absorbing Nic Claxton's contract and they're not sending anything out, right? Well, you got to get. They're probably going to send out a second because you got to send something out. You can't just absorb money. They would create a trade exception, so we're probably going to send out a second-round pick. If I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it's 58. Maybe we're sending out the 58 pick. Maybe it's something like that. So we're going to have to send something out, but we're not. It's probably not anything major in regards to that one. But I will say this: for those that wanted the Chicago Bulls to bring Ayo Dosunmu back, we probably just guaranteed and gave the Timberwolves their route to bring Ayo Dosunmu back on the contract. So the Ayo Dosunmu shit's dead. He's not coming back to Chicago. That Ayo Dosunmu stuff that everybody wanted to see, that's all dead and over with. This move makes a clear path for the Minnesota Timberwolves to be able to re-sign Ayo Dosunmu. So if you're still holding out hope that Ayo Dosunmu is coming back to the Chicago Bulls, the chances of that are probably slim to none at this point. You're probably not getting Ayo Dosunmu. I already kind of been prepping y'all for that. I didn't think there was a big possibility of that happening in reality anyway. It was a fun talking point, but I didn't think it was legitimate. So there you go in regards to that one, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, this is really good. This is really good. This is a really, really good move by the Chicago Bulls. Joker, I gotta disagree with you. He's a starter. But he's just not somebody you're gonna go to a lot for offense. But he brings the style that you need. And also the Nets have sucked. Right now, he's never played with a lob threat like Josh Giddey. Nic Claxton and Josh Giddey with Caleb Wilson and Modest Buzelis in transition, he's probably gonna average 15 points off that alone. Now, the rebounding is a concern, but like I said, Modest is a solid, okay rebounder. Caleb Wilson is a really good rebounder. If it's Cam Boozer, it makes it even better, right? So I think it's going to be fine in regards to that one. It's going to be perfectly fine in regards to that. So, yeah. Ayo could say, Ayo is not coming. Y'all got to give it up. I don't know why y'all like to gaslight yourself. Ayo's not coming back, y'all. He's not coming back. Nuck says, so Haize, with this move now, who would you rather have it for? I think Boozer's the better fit here now. I'll say this. The Bulls did work out Cam Boozer in a late workout before the draft. There's been some talk now that Caleb Wilson could go before the Chicago Bulls, but I think you still set yourself up either way. Here's what I'll say, right? And I'm gonna explain this more in detail tomorrow. The spacing issues with Caleb Williams are a little bit overstated. Here's why. Caleb Wilson, even if he's standing at the three-point line, teams cannot sag off Caleb Wilson at the three-point line. Why? Because he has a quick first step, he has crazy hops, and crazy length. So if you sag off of Caleb Wilson at the three-point line and give him space to get that first quick step on you, he's probably going to catch a lob and yam it on you. So teams are still going to have to guard Caleb Wilson at the three-point line because of his speed, because of his ability to create in the mid-range, all that type of stuff. Now, it makes it even stronger if he can develop a solid three. But you got to keep in mind, everything ain't going to be fixed in one offseason. I say this with the Chicago Bears fans all the time. This is not going to be an offseason where you get everything solved in one offseason. So yes, if the Bulls have some spacing problems in year one, that's cool. It gives Bryson Graham a way to go. Everything's not going to be solved. I get it. It gets exciting, and we talk about it like it can all be solved in one, but everything is not going to be solved in this offseason. We're still going to have holes. Namely, probably shooting is still going to be a big deficit for the Chicago Bulls. But everything's not going to be fixed this offseason, and it's unrealistic to expect it all to be fixed in one offseason. They're going to go back. They're going to have some flaws on this team. They're going to fight hard. They're going to compete. They're going to evaluate. And then maybe they make a trade deadline move. Maybe they do something next year at the offseason. But if you're expecting everything to be fixed this offseason, it's not going to happen all in one offseason. It's just not going to happen all in one offseason. There are going to be some major holes on this team after what we do in the draft this year. That's just it. People kind of expect and hoping that the Chicago Bulls are going to be able to fix everything all in one whop. That's not how this is going to work. I would love to be able to sell y'all on that dream, but the realistic part of it is that we're still going to be a flawed team after this offseason. We're going to be a very flawed team more than likely with some probably pretty big glaring flaws on this team still. But the whole purpose of is that you're making progress and making legitimate progress towards start being better. And that's what the job of Bryson Graham and everybody is here to do, is to make that progress to start getting better as a team. And that's what it is. Now, we're going to make some serious steps in the right direction, but there's still going to be some major flaws on this team when we get it done. It's just the reality of it. So yes, are Caleb Wilson and Nic Claxton the most flawless front court pairing forward? No. But Nic Claxton is coming here on a 2-year deal. The Bulls aren't giving him some 5-year extension where he's the de facto starting center for a while. Like I said, it could very well still be that the Bulls draft a center, whether it's at number 15 or whatever else, and then try to develop that guy to take over the starting center role and say, hey, basically, you got 2 years to get ready. And if we don't feel you're ready at the end of those 2 years, we're going to bring somebody in to pass you up. And again, that's smart team building. Everything isn't going to be fixed in a day, right? So Nic Claxton, as we know right now, he's going to be here. He has 2 years left on his contract, and that gives the Bulls to decide whether him, somebody that they draft, or in 2 years that they got to find the actual center of the future. But this is a good stylistic fit for the Chicago Bulls as far as center. That's just the reality of it. And that's a step in the right direction, because that's something that we did not have before the night in this trade went down. So that's just my thought on it. Like I said, I know not everybody's going to agree. I'm sure there's going to be somebody in their feelings in the comments say, but, oh my God, Haize, Nic Claxton can't shoot the mid-range. How do we get a center that can't shoot in the mid-range? Oh my God, Haize, he only averaged 6.9 rebounds. No! See, y'all thought I could only do that voice with the sound changer. It just hurts my throat to do it that way. But I can make that voice without the sound changer. The voice changer, I should say. But y'all be whining, bruh. Y'all be whining. I love y'all. Y'all my family. But some of y'all just be whining, bruh. Some of y'all just be whining. Oh my God, Haize. We got a center that rebounds worse than Vooch. Why, Haize? Why did Bryson Graham do this? Free agency ain't even opened up yet. Stop your belly aching, man. But I appreciate y'all so much, man. I can't stress enough how much y'all mean to me, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun. If y'all can't tell, this all season, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna be live during the draft tomorrow, so y'all make sure y'all stay in tune with us for that draft. We're gonna have a lot of fun with the draft, man, and it's gonna be a lot of stuff to happen, man. This is gonna be a fun off season. We'll be live for the draft. I saw somebody ask if we're going to be live after the draft. No, we're going to be live for the draft. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that one, man. And this is a solid trade. And let's see what's going to happen for the Chicago Bulls going forward, man. You guys are nothing less than amazing. Make sure you guys follow us. Hit that subscribe button as well, so we can get to our goal of getting to 50,000 subscribers by the start of the season. I love you guys, man. Make sure you guys are following us. Hit that notification bell if you never want to miss an episode or an upload. You can follow us at Bull Central Pod. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so. What are you asking? What time? What time the draft starts? 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. That's when we're going to be live. If I say we're going to be live for the draft, that means that when the draft starts, that's mean when the live stream is going to start. The whole team's going to be on, man. We're going to have a lot of fun with it, man. All right, I love you guys. Go Bulls. See Red, y'all. Peace. But why, Haize? Why?
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.